What's going on today, you guys? Today we're talking about one question that has had a major impact on every influential jazz artist of all time. John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, you name it. Let's get right into it. Alright, you guys, I bet you're wondering what this question is, and this question is super simple. It is just why. All the greatest jazz musicians of all time have asked why. It could be, why do people like music? Why do I like music? Why am I playing music? Why am I doing this certain thing here in this song? And these questions can get really specific, or they can be super broad, and I think the greatest jazz musicians have asked all of these questions, whether they be really specific or really broad. So the story behind this question is, today I had an amazing masterclass with the great pianist Jason Moran. And he said one thing that many people are lacking is simply asking themselves why. Especially in the jazz education system, it's very easy to get super into all the technical aspects of music, how to play the changes, how to play all the melodies to these great standards, but a lot of times we start to forget the concept of music in general. All of the greatest jazz musicians, like I said, have asked this. John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, Herbie Hancock, Tony Williams, modern cats, Robert Glasper, Jason Moran. These people are at a whole new level. And they're conceptualizing music in a way that many people are not. And that's why they're very successful musicians, and why their music is reaching millions of people. It's this simple question. Alright, so I have a few of these conceptual questions for you that these artists probably did ask. And so first of all, John Coltrane. John Coltrane definitely asked himself, why do I play music? In his simple answer, and this is kind of paraphrased, but in an interview he said, I play music to simply make people happy. So this is a really beautiful thing, and it shines light on a whole different part of John Coltrane's music. His music is incredibly deep, obviously, and it's reached millions and millions of people, and he's considered one of the greatest jazz musicians of all time. And John Coltrane definitely wasn't just born playing incredibly transcendent and deep music. He thought about these things, he was conceptualizing all these things, and he was deeply thinking about these things. And a lot of these questions are rooted from the why. And this simple question encapsulates his music and really shows the beauty in his music and why it has reached this many people in the first place. So the next example of one of these questions is an idea of Miles Davis. So Miles Davis was always innovating, he was constantly innovating, getting new bands, doing all these things to further the music and to push it to that next level. So Miles Davis asked a why question when he said, why does musical success usually equate to stagnancy? Why are people that are very successful usually doing the exact same thing to keep being famous? Miles Davis did not do this, and he kept pushing and innovating and innovating. He always was having new bands, he was always pushing the music to the next level. And Miles did these things through constantly conceptualizing the music and constantly asking these questions, why? So the next example of these why questions being asked by these great jazz artists is Tony Williams. Tony Williams is one of the greatest jazz drummers of all time, playing with people like Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, and starting many of his own bands like Tony Williams' Lifetime, and he had many great trio albums and all these things. So Tony Williams asked the question, why are people always playing drum solos in time? And he found this way to be kind of limiting, and he responded to this by playing a lot of open drum solos. And this actually opened up an entirely new type of drum vocabulary, and he opened up this whole new era in jazz drum improvisation. So by simply questioning these musical norms, like why are people playing drum solos in time all the time? Can I play a drum solo out of time? By asking these questions, Tony innovated this whole new way of playing drums and this whole new way of playing music in general. And obviously also, his music has impacted millions and millions of people, and he's revered as one of the greatest jazz drummers of all time. So guys, as you can see, all of the greatest jazz musicians of all time have asked this question, why? John Coltrane asked why, Miles Davis asked why, Tony Williams asked why, Wayne Shorter asked why. That's another great example. All of these great jazz musicians have asked why, and it's because they're trying to further the music, they're trying to push musical norms, and they're trying to find these new ways of playing music that are innovative and that will reach people. So this is the next way of conceptualizing music, and This is what you need to be thinking about if you're trying to get to the level of someone like John Coltrane, Miles Davis, and all these other great jazz musicians. So yeah, guys, this is what's on my mind today after this great masterclass with Jason Moran. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. If you're enjoying this video, I would highly recommend you go down below and check out some of my other videos. I have a lot of different videos on jazz just like this one, and there's more coming every single week. So please hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying these videos, and I hope you have a great day.